Number 2 is going to be Daybreak. And it's going to be these two players duking it out once again. What do you think Darkomicron has to change? Just his strategy, not going for the early aggression or committing to it fully?
Excuse me?
What do you think Darkomicron has to change in his strategy? Should he once again go for an early attack but commit to it fully, or should he try to macro out of it?
Well, on Daybreak, it's usually a lot easier to do a gateway aggression of 2 bases, like something like 6 gate, 8 gate, or a very early 4 gate like we saw last game. Just because of the fact that you don't have a ramp you are pushing up, you do have the vision of the bunkers straight up, because, you know, if you look at the natural on this map, it's just flat. It's just big pieces of big area of flat ground, and there's no problem whatsoever seeing the bunkers, placing the force fields, and the Terran has to build a lot more bunkers because he has a lot more area to cover. So it definitely is suited to work better on this map. At the same time, you know, as I said previously in the PvZ, this map is suited for long games. If you can get up to 4 bases, as a Protoss versus a Terran, you are in a big advantage on this map, just because of having both tech paths, and then it's only about micro, and, you know, the power of Colossi with storms and mass assault reinforcements of 30 gates. That's the thing that most Terrans hate, and the amount of Hellbats and Widow Mine positioning are going to be crucial if it goes to that stage in the game.
Yep, I agree completely. Now, one thing to note though is Darkomicron is doing a gateway expand without gas. Oh, he's making gas right now. Oh, there we go. Oh, I was a little bit afraid there. He scouted, I think. Did he scout it? Because it looked really like it. And I was seeing Reapers from BlinQQ.
I think, yeah. No, he did not. He did not scout the gas, but he's going to re-scout it. So
He's gonna re-scout because he was really saving up minerals there, and then he threw down the 2 assimilators. I was getting a little bit
he
scared.
even sees the reactor? Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
This is a really interesting
really interesting.
build by Blink. I mean, either he's going for a 2 racks, which would be weird. I'm really confused right now. This can be a lot of things actually.
Well, the thing is, he could follow it up with a factory, but the factory's gonna be too late because he doesn't have the 100 gas. Once the reactor finish, he should have around the 100 gas though. So it's either gonna be 2 Reapers, but I don't think so, or it's gonna be the factory, and I assume it's gonna be the factory. And no, it's gonna be 2 Marines. You know,
he can still build a factory though, so
he can still build the factory, but it's gonna be 2 Marines. This is already. Why would he get the reactor so early for making 2 Marines?
I don't know. We can see an expansion of this actually. That's one of the other things that it can be. You know, getting just 1 Rax with a reactor and going into an expansion straight up allows you to get a lot of Marines early, so that you are safe versus any forms of harassment, early attacks, and stuff like that. And
I think it's just gonna be that because he actually pulled the SCVs out of gas.
Yeah, so he does have 150 gas though, so he can get that factory straight after the expansion. So there goes the command center dropping down. The Nexus will be built very shortly here as well, and the bunker will be finished by the time any Protoss units reaches the Terran premises here. So yeah, the Blink choosing a very nice build here, sitting pretty, being very, very safe versus most things so far. But we do have a Stargate going down, so Darkomicron thinking of doing some Oracle harassment most likely. But this SCV cannot get up the ramp.
Is it gonna though?
Oh,
Nope,
no.
it's not gonna get up the ramp. Won't see anything important.
He could though.
Yeah.
He could get up the ramp if he macroed the SCV a little bit better.
Yeah, and we also see the mothership score scouting, but he doesn't see anything he can pick off. No depots, no nothing. There's 4 or even 6 Marines now in position to kill the mothership core if it tries to scout in too far, and the bunker will deny anything from the stalker. So it looks like BlinQQ will be in a decent position for now. It is gonna be up for the pros to do some damage with this Oracle though, but he's supply blocked, and it's gonna come out a little bit later than he wanted. He even chronoed it, but that of course didn't do that much. How do you think he's gonna do against the Oracle? He has enough Marines in his main base to hold it. No NG bay. So
I don't think it's going to do too much. assuming Blink will position his units correctly. You know, one of the great advantages of getting a reactor first before a expansion, getting a reactor on the barracks, is, as I said on the in the start, you have a lot of Marines
Oh, but
very,
this is
very
bad. He's
early.
moving out with the Marines. He's losing a lot of them. Already 3 going down. That was a really bad move. Sorry for interrupting.
Yeah, it was, but not really losing all that much. So, you know, if he positions his Marines correctly, he does have quite enough of them, right? He can just get 5 Marines because you know the one Oracle can kill 4 Marines, can't kill 5 if you focus fire it down. So he should be able to defend versus this immediate reaction, pulling back all the SCVs. While Darkomicron is trying to attack the front while he's doing this, getting 2 gateways and a forge behind it. You know, the Oracle, look at this, is being chased away. Did not kill all that much. 4 SCVs has been killed and that's it. Not too much.
Keep in mind though, I think that Darkomicron during this is getting ahead in the game though. I mean, he's forcing a lot of units off the line. Just the SCVs move there. He's also picked off a few Marines. He's forcing a second bunker. He already has the Stargate up. His expansion is going good as well. And in the income tab, he's 7 workers ahead right now. So that's actually pretty decent for him so far.
Pretty huge. The Rebel Bay going down right now, so he's moving into Colossi straight up. And he just made 1 Oracle. I think he only made 1.
Yeah, but Oracle going in once again, and missile turrets also being constructed. Gonna go ahead and also be some money he's wasting on that. The Oracle already picked up 6 workers, so definitely worth it so far, and might get another one here. Yep, gets at least 1 extra. Oracle will even survive
with 4 hit points, 4 shields.
Yeah,
nice one there. So that Oracle being very, very cost efficient and you know, total number of workers killed is 8. It's 46 versus 32. Yeah, I think Darkomicron in a pretty good spot here. His first Colossi is rolling off the production line just now, getting his +1 armor and getting a range. I'm kind of confused about this, to be quite honest, because usually when you're going for armor this fast out of the forge, you don't get range. You're just going straight into Twilight Council and High Templars, because the armor does not really click all too well with the Colossi. The Colossi benefit more from attack upgrades.
True, they do, of course, because they also have splash damage.
Yeah.
And they attack in a line. I don't know what happened, but you cut out there for a second.
Yeah, I had to sneeze.
Oh, there we go. It was okay though. Looks like BlinQQ knows that you have to A-click the rocks, does it immediately. The Oracle still being alive on the right bottom side could actually start harassing that third base if he catches wind of that. And so far, yeah, it's gonna be Colossus once again. Starport on the way. And if he knows about this, he should start Viking production as soon as possible. And also get at least 2 medevacs to start with. Bunkers being salvaged, and it looks like BlinQQ is feeling a little bit more secure about Darkomicron. Definitely ahead in this game.
Yeah, he's getting a 3rd base, so yeah, he's a little bit ahead. And, well, I'm a little bit confused with one thing on the Terran side of things. He does have an engineering bay, even building a 2nd one right now, and he's had quite a lot of time to start getting upgrades. But he didn't do that. He's still on 0-0 with his infantry, and that's, you know, that's not good, because the Protoss will be on 1-1 by the time he tries to engage the army, which clearly will not go the way Blink will want it to go, right?
No, definitely not. And right now on the upgrade department, 0-0 against 1 and probably 1-1 soon. Terran isn't upgrading. He's moving out. He has no medevacs with this as of yet. I think there are 2 boosting their way over there. So it's going to be a slight bit of pressure, but I don't see the follow-up anywhere. He's making more medevacs. No Vikings as of yet. The first upgrade has started, but he's just playing from behind. If he can deny this third base, though, that would be good. But I don't think it's going to happen, especially not with the units moving into a good position there. And yeah, he sees the Colossus.
Yeah, he sees it with the medevacs and immediately goes away.
Yeah, medevac's pretty good scout.
Yeah. Medevacs are good scouts and good scarecrows as well. You can boost 2 medevacs. You know, when you're posturing in front of the Protoss base, you can send 2 medevacs, boost them into the main base without units. just to scare the Protoss and force him to pull some of his army back into his main base, and then you just go away and you scout and make him work a little bit harder at the same time. It's actually hilarious to see. But we have a huge drop trying to go into the main base. Will it get scouted? The first approach to the third base was scouted by DarkomicRon.
There's an observer moving away from the medevacs, moving back into the medevacs, sees them.
He sees it.
Yeah, but the reaction time isn't the best because the army isn't moving yet. 4 medevacs is a lot, to be honest. He's moving back though.
Yeah.
He's just moving back, making sure that the observer did see that. And yeah.
And DarkomicRon is a little bit confused. Where should I position my army right now? So he's just going to get his Stalkers in position, and that's going to be it. And behind this, we do see the charge, we do see the +2/+2 going down, Templars being warped in. We don't have Storm yet, nor is it on the way. But the Terran, well, he's going to be behind in upgrades for the rest of the game. So either he can pull off miracles by multitasking and dismantling the Protoss, or he has to drag the game out until such a time that he's got 3/3 and Ghosts.
Yep, now we do see Zealot Charge almost finishing up. Storm just started, so it's going to be a really good depot with Storm and Colossus with range. So that's going to be the ideal composition for a ground-based army from Protoss. 1-1 upgrades for Terran just finished up, and 1-1 also for Protoss, but 2-2 shortly added on, as well as Blink. Now we do see 1 Marine stimming in, and that Marine's not going to have a good day. Nope, really bad day actually. And I don't know, I don't think BlinQQ can move into this, so he could either sit back, take a 4 base, start some ghost production, or he can start trying to drop, but there are some photon cannons in position, and he didn't feel secure dropping because of the high Templar there. So this is going to be really hard for...
oh, he's pulling SCVs.
Yep. This is the last thing he could do. He could pull all of his SCVs. And then just go for it.
He's just going to go for one big power shove, trying to shove his way through the defensive line of the Protoss. Not a bad decision, I have to say. But the Storm just now is finishing. If he can storm the SCVs really quickly, the Colossi should take care of the rest. On the flip side, only 1 sentry with this army, no Force Wolves, but look how many Zealots we have here.
Yep, Storm does kill all of the Eagle. For BlinQQ, he doesn't really care about the SCVs that much. So another good Storm hits, and that's going to take down a huge clump in the right side of that army. However,
I think there's still too much.
A little bit. So many Vikings right now. They're actually landing as well, and this might be too much for Darko. Actually, 1 more Storm hit. Really nice job there. He's even reinforcing this with a little bit, and BlinQQ is pushing through.
That was the last Storm. Oh, excuse me, we have 1 more. There was the last Storm for the Protoss. I don't think DarkomicRon has enough. BlinQQ will power through this. This army will be healed very slowly, but it will be. The medevacs are still alive. Another Storm going down. And, well, DarkomicRon is slowly but surely going to lose a lot of his units here. But,
nice Storm in the back,
not microing! Oh, I spoke too soon. I think BlinQQ thought he's got this and stopped microing his units, just leaving them there, and lost more units than he should have. But still, all the warp gates are on cooldown as of this moment. Just 6 Stalkers here is all that is standing between victory and defeat.
Yep, and even though the supplies are in favor of DarkomicRon, keep in mind that BlinQQ does not have that many SCVs at all. Most of them went down fighting, but I think DarkomicRon might actually push his back. Some cute micro going on with the Marauders, but this might be too much, and he still has all of his economy in shape. His third base, second base, all still mining, and this is looking really bad for the Terran right now.
Yeah, it is. I mean, when you're doing an attack such as this, you have to really focus down the army as quickly as possible, because you know the first clash, the first engagement is going to determine so much. That's why you pull the SCVs. You are using them as a buffer. You're trying to sacrifice your SCVs so that your army can stay alive. And if you can manage to kill the Protoss army fast enough, what you have remaining should be enough to kill the Protoss off. But if you don't pay attention to your army and you don't do that, then you know, this is what's gonna happen. 4th base getting killed, not even cancelled actually, as far as I could see. And
Yep, and they all got the nice ice cubes in front of their head. That means that the Protoss will be able to see where the Terran army moves from here on because of that Oracle. It's still a little bit dodgy here for Darkomicron, even though he has a decent army out now.
Yeah.
BlinQQ can still make a lot happen, and with the muling he's been doing, he's also still been reinforcing this quite effectively.
Well,
Still
I actually think Darkomicron is going to win this quite comfortably now because he is at a huge upgrade lead. You know, BlinQQ, that was a move he did that either had to have worked
yeah, it had to win him the game.
or not. And right now, and it didn't work. He kind of messed things up, and he's 2 upgrade slots behind. He's on 1-1 versus a 3-3 Protoss with Storm, Archons, Void Rays, and Colossi, and a lot
But
of
he
zones.
still has a few SCVs, and they're being filled off the line once again, forcing the Storm on top of that. The second Storm just annihilates, well, more than half of the army. That was a really, really cost-effective High Templar, if I've ever seen one. And remember,
GG called.
oh.
And Darkomicron brings the series back to 1-1.